Hey guys, welcome back. Right, another important document has been uploaded in PIB document. That's something related to the balanced use of fertilizer. Okay? So the title is Balanced Use of Fertilizers, a Key Enabler of Sustainable Farming. Okay? What is the goal of this document, or what the government what this document is trying to tell us? Aligning productivity, soil health, the environmental responsibility. This is what the document is talking about. So in the document, key takeaways have been mentioned and some facts are mentioned. Okay, some factual data is also mentioned. We will come to the data and basic things like what are fertilizers, etc. This has also been discussed. First, we will try and understand what are fertilizers. You see, fertilizer is any material of natural or synthetic. Synthetic means made by human beings, maybe in a factory, artificial synthetic origin added to the soil to supply one or more plant nutrients. Fertilizers are broadly classified into organic and organic. Inorganic are in which the carbon is not there. See, these are manufactured chemical compounds that contain specific nutrients in concentrated forms, enabling precise and immediate. Whereas organic fertilizers are, they are derived from natural resources. Predominantly, they will be containing carbon. That's how also you can find them, such as compost. They, generally they are compost, animal manures, crop residues, seaweed, and bone meal. The particular characteristic feature of these fertilizers is they supply nutrients gradually in a balanced form while improving the soil structure, organic matter, and biological, and also include animal byproducts like blood meal, feather meal, and horn or hoof. So this is some basic information you have to know about the fertilizers. And rest of the things I try to cover in a document, and we will see that document. If anything else misses, you can always come back to the original document, this document. You can refer to this document. So if you see the synthesis of that document, if you see the context and the relevance of this document, you see, relevance of the balanced fertilizers or balanced use of fertilizers. It is an agronomic and a policy priority also for India's agriculture. Why? Because in our country, of course, the total utilization is not that, but there is a deficit or misbalance or imbalance or not. You will see predominantly domination. The rest other two are generally, they are not used. So this imbalance, it directly influences soil health, crop productivity, environmental sustainability, and economic welfare of the farmers. So given this backdrop of skewed nutrient application, skewed means there is no balance how much urea has to be applied, how much MOP, muriate of potash, has to be applied. So the balance is there. There is skewed nutrient, and because of that, soil nutrition is also declining. Okay? So in that context, balanced fertilization is essential to move towards sustainable and productive farming. That's why balanced is a very okay? Right. So if you see the core elements of balanced fertilization refers to the application of all essential plant nutrients, both macro and micro or secondary nutrients are there. Macro are three: NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potash, and the secondary or micronutrients are there, like zinc, manganese, etc., iron. They have to be applied in appropriate proportion. Okay? Appropriate proportions, doses, timing, and placement to match the crop and soil. That's called as balanced. Okay? You see, this avoids the overuse of certain nutrients. You know very well, in our country, urea is overused. Urea means nitrogen overused, and there is also the neglect of other such. Why? Because they are little bit costlier. And why urea is used most excessively? Because it is cheaper, because subsidy. And on these fertilizers, of course, it's a subsidy is there, but less compared. So this is leading to nutrient imbalances. And finally, so next we will try and understand why this balanced fertilization actually matters. So first is soil health. You see, balanced fertilization maintains a soil nutrient balance, reducing the depletion of key. It also prevents adverse changes in soil properties as acidity, salinity, or micronutrient. Second important aspect is why balanced fertilization is important. It improves crop productivity. This ensures crops receive complementary nutrients, which enhances yield and quality. That's why balanced fertilization is important. It also reduces risks of diminishing returns from excessive nitrogen centric fertilizer. So it will also address the problem that is surrounded by excessive use of urea or nitrogen centric fertilization. Then third is about environmental sustainability. You see, balanced fertilization minimizes nutrient runoff, which actually ultimately leads to eutrophication. And you see that balanced fertilization minimizes nutrient runoff, and because of that, pollution of water bodies gets reduced. Means we will be addressing the problem of eutrophication. And this also helps align agricultural practices with environmental stewardship, climate. So it's environmental friendly also, balanced use of fertilizer. Then what government is doing, what our government is achieve this, first of all, we have replaced the or we have restructured the fertilizer subsidy into nutrient based subsidy, NBS scheme. You see, this scheme was introduced in 2010 to make fertilizers available at subsidized prices based on nutrient content rather than product type. So based on the nutrient content in the fertilizers, we try to give, instead of giving subsidy on entire. That was that. Right. So the subsidies are determined on the basis of nitrogen, phosphorus, potash, and sulfur content that is there in the fertilizers to encourage use beyond nitrogenous fertilizer. Okay. I have already mentioned there is excessive use of urea, that is nitrogen based fertilizer. Why are farmers use urea? Because earlier lot of subsidy farmers, because our farmers are related the cheap, not not realizing the aspect of fertilizer. So to address that lacuna, NBS scheme in 2000. Okay. You see, the scheme indirectly incentivizes farmers to choose nutrient rich and avoid excessive single nutrient. Okay, that is in this. Okay. So if you see for the Rabi 2025-26, updated NBS rates were notified, reflecting the commitment balanced. You see, around 2.04 lakh crore has been allocated under the NBS based scheme for the years of 2025 to keep fertilizers affordable, accessible. So if you see the structure of nutrient based subsidy, actually this is also has been beautifully depicted in the image. Okay. This image, but I'll show you in the document I have prepared. The structure of the nutrient based subsidy. Nutrient is nitrogen. Example fertilizers are urea. Then NPK blends in other NPK fertilizers, urea or nitrogen is. Then what is its role in balanced use? It promotes vegetative growth. Nitrogen the growth of the plant. Then phosphorus, it's provided by DAP, okay, diammonium phosphate. What is the role of this fertilizer in crops? They promote this nutrient promotes root development, then energy transfer, then potassium K. It it's the fertilizer which provides this nutrient is MOP, muriate of potash. What is the role of potash in the plant? Water regulation, stress tolerance. These are the functions of this. And another nutrient is sulfur. Where it is through which fertilizers it is through N. What is the role of this one? Protein synthesis, time function. These are the functions of the. You try to remember this table. Maybe these aspects might be asked in the prelims questions. So you should know the nutrient, through which fertilizer it is provided, and what is the role of that particular. Okay. The second aspect we have to study is soil health and fertility management. Okay. So the balanced fertilization is coupled with, okay, it is combined with soil testing. The soil health card programs are there, you know very well. Soil health card program has taken up more than 9 crore soil fertility soil health cards have been all used. So these the program is NBS program combined with soil health card programs, whereby nutrient recommendations are site specific, reducing indiscriminate fertilizer use. So this aligns a fertilizer application with actual soil nutrients. Then if you see the policy deliberations and focus, sectoral focus, a Chintan Shivir on fertilizers has been held. You brainstorm. So in January 2026, Department of Fertilizers convened a long deliberative workshop, Chintan Shivir, to align policies for balanced fertilizer. So what are the outcomes of that? Multi-departmental coordination has to be achieved to prevent misuse or diversion of fertilizer. You know, one of the major problems that our country is facing is they are being diverted and sold in the black market. Problem. Second problem is they are also smuggled to our neighbor. Why? Because in our country they are cheaper because subsidy is there on them. So if they are smuggled and sold in the other country, they get the black market is or smuggling realize better price. They are resorting to. So that has to be addressed. Misuse or diversion or smuggling has to stop. Second thing is focus on farmers' ease of access, soil health improvement, and the digital transformation of systems. Third aspect is discussion on nutrient-based subsidy optimization, new fertilizer technologies such as, one technology has already come, that is nano urea, which will be the form of liquid. Then farmers awareness programs have to be. These are the outcomes of the Shiver. If you have to finally synthesize takeaways from this document, balanced fertilization is not merely agronomic practice. Okay, it is a policy instrument for sustainable agriculture and rural. The schemes like NBS, nutrient-based subsidy, reflect shift from product subsidy to nutrient subsidy, aligning incentives with nutrient adequacy and environmental outcomes. Then third takeaway point is balanced use links to broader national priorities like soil health and increasing the farmers' income. So the government's approach blends the system or subsidy from scientific management and institutional dialogue to strengthen fertilizer. So these are the final takeaway points for the students from the point of exam. Okay. So for more information, actually you can go back to this original document, and you can go through the document for other important information that is there. Okay. So this is it in this video. We'll meet in the next video, maybe with a different topic. Okay, see you next time. Until then, you have a good day.